Hello, and welcome to another episode of The End of the Search. This one I call it Judgment Arises in Love. Now, before you start throwing tomatoes, let me finish, okay? Because I know that the play on words may be confusing. But here's what I mean. What is a judgment? A judgment is a thought, isn't it? It's not a bad or a good thing, it's just a thought that appears. Now, who or what are you? You are that in which the thought appears. Can we agree on that? Therefore, the thought is appearing in what? In what you are. And what you are is love. You see, you are love always. Love is unconditional, all-encompassing, non-judgmental, total accepting. So when a thought appears, the thought, whatever the thought is, appears in love. You see? Whether the thought takes the shape or, you label it a judgment, which, by the way, that label itself is a judgment. So, let's say that you see someone and a judgment comes up. Oh, look how that person looks. That's a judgment. But that judgment is a thought. It's just a thought that is appearing. If you don't identify with the thought, you remain as love. If you identify with the thought, you're still love, but it's overshadowed by the attention to that thought. You see? So what we're pointing to here is the recognition that you are love always. Now, if you don't identify with the thought, you will not act accordingly. If you identify with the thought, well, the actions will be in accordance to that, judgment actually, to that belief. The simplicity of this is that we're not trying to find out what love is. Love is. It already is, always is. And everything appears in it. You are it. So when you see that thoughts come up, whether the mind or another thought wants to label them judgment, you just simply rest as you are. And that's how you never stop being the love that you are. That's what I said, judgments appear in love. I didn't say that judgments, I'm not saying that love is what judges in a sense. What I'm saying is that whatever appears in love is accepted, is welcome. That's when, again, love is unconditional. But we're not talking about human love. We're not talking about the love that the human being seems to feel for someone. No, that's our feeling, sensations, and there's a lot of meanings projected onto it, which again, judgments. But what you are remains always as that. And we're pointing to that. And resting in that, which is what is always, there's nothing wrong. As the Nisargadatta Mahara used to say, there's nothing wrong. It is what it is. You see? So now what we're doing is just never losing sight of the fact that I am. You are. You're always being. You can never not be. And that beingness is love. And now judgments are not even seen as judgments. Just fleeting thoughts. Oh, that person looks awful. Hey, wait a minute, that's just a thought. I don't know that's true. None of it is true. It's just a passing cloud. And that's how you can remain in that peace that surpasses all understanding, because those thoughts adhere to anything. A physical sensation, a thought, oh my God, what does it mean? That's just a thought. A financial concern, what does it mean? It's just a thought. And yet all of that is happening in what? In what I am. When I never lose sight of what I am, that is the peace that surpasses all understanding. And yes, things are going to be dealt according to the way they're supposed to. If there's a physical sensation, I either find myself seeking for kind of information or help, or maybe I find myself doing nothing and then the physical sensation continue its journey, because everything is transitory. A financial issue is not an issue unless a thought makes it an issue. Otherwise, this is the scenario that is presented, and it's accepted by love, because if it's happening, well, love is not making any judgment. So if I identify again with the thought, with the love that I am, then everything is welcome and accepted. I know that everything is happening perfectly, and as long as I never lose sight of who I am, which is what these videos are about, you see. It's not about solving issues. It's not about changing anything. It's about never lose sight of what I am. And if I never lose sight of what I am, everything is embraced. Nothing is out of order. Everything is loved because I am, you see. And you are that love. That love will never change. It never leaves you because you are it. Only when we identify with thoughts which appears in it, or seem to appear in it, we get lost in the thought, not in truth. When you're sleeping and you're dreaming, you can be dreaming all sorts of things. Nevertheless, you have never left the bed. So the only issue here is not to get caught into judging the thought and then feeling guilty for judging that thought. You see, now I feel guilty for feeling guilty. It's like a never-ending loop. It's much easier than that. Right now, stop and notice what is. It's not that you notice. Nobody's noticing anything, but I don't know what words to use. Right now, this is it. That isness is love. There's no fear, no worries or guilt or anything. It's just this. Well, the invitation with these videos is to always remember that this is it, that this is everything. And resting in this, you experience peace. You're happy. And all I want for you is to remember that. That's all. There's nothing to do. Just simply be. Be what? The love that you are. The love that you've always been, and the love that you'll always be. And well, this is inspiration that came through. I hope it served. And as always, may peace permeate the mind so that love can become evident.